To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise. A promise of adventure. A promise of excitement. A promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
I've never heard such an amazing observation. Hey, for anyone just joining in, Jason has told us that Tony Soprano was not a good person. No!
I'm leaving!
You can't leave, Banana. You're part of the tripod.
It's too snowy outside.
We will fall forward.
The city's shut down.
Hey guys, it's snowing.
That Walter White, he's a little bit of a jerk. He is. But he did it for his family, not
for
himself.
Yeah.
Whereas Tony Soprano
did it
all for himself.
Yeah, it's called being a sociopath.
Yes, that's fine. But Tony had horrible morals, whereas they both had horrible morals.
For everyone watching who's tuned in already, you're lucky Jason and I haven't started talking about Matrix 4 yet.
Oh!
We'll keep that one for an upcoming Whiskey and Weirdos episode.
We'll watch all 3. And then the 4th one.
Oh, by the way, some of our fan mail is, how can I find Whiskey and Weirdos?
Really?
And how many episodes do you have so far?
Just 1.
And is Brendan in it? Because if so, I don't want to watch it. And I write back pretending to be our assistant editor, who runs the letters page. Oh, we never actually gauged the audience about what the Fat Jack's letter page should be. Oh, if anyone who's watching who didn't check out the local show, we're getting a lot of fan mail lately. Hate mail. And so we're going to create a letters page. It's kind of like a comic book. So please, fjccshow@gmail.com. That is our email. You can send us any fan mail, any mail of any sort, and we might read it live on air. But what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have a name for that letters page or this video segment. All right?
Text
so
555.
So think about it, okay? If you want, email us or DM us on our, practically the only social media that we run daily. That's our Instagram page @the FJC Paradox. Okay, cool. So I guess we should do business real quick. We're a claim show. We're trying to sell comic books. As much as we talk, technically we have to try to sell something. So claim it in the chat. Please be as specific as possible. First come, first serve. No matter what the hell we're babbling about. If you see something up here you're interested in, ask questions or claim it, and Al will maintain and keep a list of that. We will prioritize as it comes into the chat, no matter how much I babble or Jason interrupts me or has really bad movie takes.
Matrix is not a good movie.
So, Fred!
Mr. Chairman, how's your New Year treating you?
Happy New Year, buddy. Fred, man, you gotta come. We gotta hang out. We're all getting past COVID. So it's time to make a trip to the city, buddy. We need another night.
There's a bed waiting for you. There's places to sleep here.
So he'll get Bob out of bed.
I was going to say, Jason offered you a spot in his bed. He's going to kick Bob out. He's going to kick Bob out of his bed so you and Jason can share it together. Don't ask who Bob is. Bob is a very secretive person who really wants to keep it.
Percy's a cat.
Bob wants to keep his business private.
You know what?
All right? So
I'm leaving.
let's just lay that down.
Assaulted.
You're not allowed to. You're part of the tripod.
Real quick, shipping starts at 7. We consolidate shipping for the first book is 7, and then as it goes on. But we're not going to gouge you on that, and we ship throughout the country, and that's about it.
Cool. Does someone actually have a question?
Somebody has. We got a new.
Wow, we got somebody new.
We got a Giants fan in the chat.
Giants fan. Hey,
I didn't want to bring it up, but
you don't have to bring it up because the Eagles lost.
But there we go.
Eagles lost bad.
Yeah, the Eagles lost, not even competitively. So I'm not going to crow about anything. And hey, Giants fan, at least you got rid of Joe Judge.
We don't no House of Mysteries or Elvira's today, but anything you're interested in, you can the email there, ticket on the bottom. Feel free to email a list. That's to anybody. If you got a list of stuff that we're not doing on the show, and we'll check our backstock for you. It's no problem.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do our best to accommodate but again, we don't have 50 people working here, so please be patient.
That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, that's why we keep dragging Banana to be here. Free labor.
He'll be back here soon, though. We're going to get him a stool back here.
Though, really quickly, before we started on this episode right now, I had Banana move a couple books that were left over from the local show, and I was like, hey, man, why don't you put them up here on the top 3 shelving units, right? And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And he puts all of them on one row. And I look and go, what is wrong with that picture? And he's like, I don't know.
I knew it was wrong.
Hey, man, you don't pay to be here. Don't worry about him. Man, just ignore that shit.
They're the first 2. They're the first 2.
We're all having fun.
He said 3 rows.
We're all
They're
having fun.
the first 2.
Hey, at least Kyle's professional, and he's moving along with the Chirons. Because he's like, these idiots just need to move this along.
He's a Ranger fan, too.
Well, hey,
you need to find another show, sir.
Hey, no.
Please leave.
He's like, yeah, the Knicks are great.
We're not popular enough yet to be turning our back.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
No, please, come along. Yeah. All right. Hey, at least he's not a Cowboys fan. That I might have a little.
They're playing up right now.
How's the score?
I don't know.
You don't.
I haven't checked because it's Cowboys.
All right. The 49ers better win. All right. Anyway, so yes, claim show, claim it in the chat. We will ship books. Blah 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 blah. If you have any questions, you want to know anything, the books that are up here are all the books that were on. Yes.
Niners are up.
Yes. Oh.
Halftime.
Zayden. The birds. Damn it.
That's ugly. That game was ugly.
Whatever, man. At least Zayden's in the chat.
That's fine.
I mean, that at
It
least
makes it a lot better.
that is a balm on my bleeding heart. Okay, at least we can commiserate. Zayden, we have a Giants fan in the chat too, so we can all get together and be like, "Down with the Cowboys! Boo, Dallas! Curse words to Dallas!"
He's a Phillies fan. That's what's up.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Patriots lost by a lot. So.
Wait a minute, you're a Phillies fan, but you have the choice between the Yankees and some other team that doesn't. It's so funny when you're in New York and you look at some people and you're like, you chose to be a Mets fan?
Or Jets.
It's obviously it's like the people who chose to be a Jets fan. It's like you have the choice between the Yankees and the Giants, and you chose the Mets and the Jets. I get it if your dad raised you, or family member raised you, or
Yeah, but would you be a Yankee fan if you lived in New York? Like if you lived in New York, would you be a Yankee fan?
Well, no. I had to be born and grow up in New York. Then not grow up in Philly and move to New York. Like Gary, word man, if you're out there, I mean, Gary, he is in the belly of the beast in Brooklyn, and he reps Philly.
He's one of you. He's from Jersey.
Exactly. And so he's all Philly. I mean, again, we were at a bar, Gary and I, and it was packed, and we were watching the Phillies World Series run, and everyone commented and said, those two guys are quite loud and very intense and making us a crowd of 200 people, 2 idiots, made everyone very uncomfortable. Billy. All right, anyway, so tonight we have books. Some of these books are some speculation books in regards to the new Avengers we have not gotten to. A couple of these are just some random stuff that I found and I felt, let's just float it by people. These 2 top levels up here and this little level here, these are books that were on the local show. Really quick, this set up here is the 9-part Marvel Comics Top Cow crossover series called The Devil's Reign. Like I said, it's a Wizard 1/2 and then an 8-part storyline, but that's 9 comics altogether. Each individual book is $3.50, just in case you just need one book. But if you're interested, you can have all 9 comics, so that's a complete story, for $20. We also have Amazing Spider-Man 434, which was the first appearance, or I should say the debut of the persona and costume of Ricochet. But more importantly, and what sets this apart, is this is the very rare Amazing Ricochet variant, where this is a cover on top of the normal cover. And then we have a few Claremont, Cockrum, Byrne era X-Men books. We have Daredevil number 18, first appearance of Gladiator. Iron Man number 13, second appearance of the Controller. Iron Man number 61, the some guy who says the Marauder cries mayhem. I don't know. It keeps making me think of a song. Something cries something.
The Wind Cries Mary.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
thank you, Kyle.
Jason, you are literally sitting with a phone that is connected to the internet. And I go, hey, what's that thing called? And you Jason, because everyone can't see Jason. This is Jason with his phone sitting on his lap. And I throw a question out there that can easily be Googled. And Jason goes, I don't know. I'm stumped.
I don't get paid for this.
Okay, so those are the books from the local show. And then we have a couple speculation books from the new Avengers run. I already said all that. But then what we have up here is not a complete run, but we have a lot of Warlock and the Infinity Watch, Warlock and the Chronicles. We got a couple parts, again, not the full storyline because these issues are starting to become hard to find, but parts of the Blood and Thunder story, which crossed over with Warlock and the Infinity Watch, Warlock Chronicles, Silver Surfer, and Thor. Okay? So unless there's a priority that Al needs to make me aware of, and it looks like there is not, we are just going to dive really quickly. I'm not going to belabor this point too much, but let's talk about why these new Avengers are up here. A couple of these you're going to recognize right away, and a couple of them you're going to recognize. And if you don't recognize, trust me, they are going to become quite big over the next year or so. But first off is New Avengers number 11. This was the first appearance of Ronin, who would be later revealed to be Maya Lopez, a.k.a. Echo. I hope everyone got to see her on the recent Hawkeye series. There are a lot of plans, obviously, to give her her own series and what have you. And who knows if this Ronin persona will come back and play a major role. So this is New Avengers number 11. This is a high-grade copy at $20. First appearance of Ronin number 1. And you ask yourself, why did Brendan say Ronin number 1? Because there's literally 5 Ronins, and we have had every first appearance on this show at some point.
Don't give the quiz again, because I don't remember.
No, I'm not going to give you the quiz again. Instead, I'm just going to go on to the second Ronin. This is New Avengers number 27, the first appearance of Ronin 2, who would later be revealed to be Clint Barton. So there you go. New Avengers number 27, first appearance of Ronin 2, high grade copy, $8. And we also have the variant, the Lionel Francis Yu variant of New Avengers number 27. That is a high-grade copy at $10. All right. Now let us step into these three issues of New Avengers. These are the three that slowly but surely are beginning to inch up in value. And I'll tell you why in 1 second. First up, New Avengers number 49. Everyone loves sexy Luke Cage back. Okay? Baby got back, guys. There you go. So this is the first appearance of Luke Cage's sexy back muscles. Also the first cover appearance of sexy Luke Cage back muscles. And there is nothing else that would make this book key. It is a high-grade copy at $15 because everyone loves sexy Luke Cage back muscles. Oh, wait, yes. Also, it is the first cameo appearance of the Dark Avengers. And if you're wondering, what are the Dark Avengers and why should I care? Look at whenever Disney does a stock symposium where a bunch of primarily white dudes get into a room and talk about how much money they're going to make. You're going to hear about the Dark Avengers. And you're also going to hear about a very specific character that, let's be honest, Jason, do you agree with me? We are talking about the introduction of, or let's say the elevation of a character by the name of Brother Voodoo, who will quickly become the new Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Voodoo. Because he finally made it through medical school. Brother Voodoo finally got his doctorate. He became Dr. Voodoo. And they were like, the moment you become a doctor and you're into magic, boom, Sorcerer Supreme. So Mr. Kiernan was New Avengers number 4. Was that the one you were looking for? Yeah?
You got it.
You got it? Don't worry about it.
First claim of the day.
No, I got nothing.
First claim of the day. Thank you, Mr. Kieran.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Kiernan. Really appreciate it. And we really appreciate you using the chat, okay? It'd be very unfair if you had a life hack that would give you some kind of an advantage. But anyway, back to our boy, Brother Voodoo, soon to be Dr. Voodoo. Okay, so first up, New Avengers number 53, okay? This is a high-grade copy at $15. This is the issue where Brother Voodoo becomes Dr. Voodoo, all right? Big deal, because the Ancient One goes, yeah, you see this Stephen Strange over there? I'm getting real tired of this shit, okay? And you seem to be pretty cool, pretty hip. I want to hang out with you more. Brother Voodoo's like, dude, I got a ghost brother who won't shut up and makes a lot of opinions about my sex life, and I don't need another old man ghost to be hanging around. And Ancient One's like, too late. So this issue is where the Ancient One elevates Brother Voodoo to Dr. Voodoo. And then you get issue number 54. High-grade copy, $10. And this is when Dr. Voodoo officially becomes the new Sorcerer Supreme. And if you're sitting there and you've never watched the show before and you have no idea what we're talking about, why this is important, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind, no doubt in Jason's mind, Al doesn't care, that Brother Voodoo is not only going to be introduced, if not in Doctor Strange 2, something connected to that, and at some point he is going to be elevated to Dr. Voodoo and possibly might take over as the Sorcerer Supreme when Benedict Cumberbatch's contract runs out. Because we always have to acknowledge there are real-world logistics to the MCU, to all of these different interconnected universes. But money, time, age, or God forbid, I'm looking at, very death, very, untimely death. You know what's funny? I'll never forget, during the Fat Jack's live stream show, the Zero issues that I always talk about, that infamous, I was not allowed, I had to sell Black Panther stuff, but not talk about Chadwick Boseman having died. I still to this day will never understand Was I going to depress people by talking about his death, and that would prevent them from purchasing Black Panther stuff? I don't get the logic, but what do I know? So there you go. Brother Voodoo / Dr. Voodoo, the new Sorcerer Supreme. And like I said, our prices, $10, $15. You're like, Brandon, that seems like, stop it. It's like $30. It's going for like $25. Somebody on Instagram tried to sell this for $100. And if I've learned anything about on Instagram, I'm pretty sure someone bought it for $100.
To be fair, though, with the Zero show, there was a lot of hands involved that are in no way involved in anything we do anymore.
That is very true. Hey,
I mean, it's not just go where you said it. Like, it wasn't like Mike was.
Oh no, it's never.
It wasn't the shop, and there was a lot of.
I'll say this. If we last for a few more years and we really build up like an audience base, maybe one day we'll sit down and we'll tell the memoir. It'll be a mini comic book series. We'll illustrate. We'll get Robot Marshall to illustrate it. It'll be written by Brendan, Al, and Banana. Because at this point, you're just officially you're in it. You better believe the person who's going to come out looking the best is Mike. He
still signs checks.
Oh man! But hey, at least every time we start an episode, I don't get 10 minutes into a monologue and someone yells, "We're not live!" God damn it!
David thinks Clea's going to take it. When Cumberbatch stops being Doctor Strange.
You think so? Okay. This is.
You think that, or is that you know that? Is that just
because
speculation?
Zanin, this is a fun because
when Zanin throws info out, I feel like I have to.
No, thank you, because this is a good discussion. Let's just talk about it. Because again, we're trying to sell comics and everything, but sometimes the value of these books are predicated on a bunch of stuff that isn't specifically confirmed. But there's a lot of possibilities. Because, I believe Clea has become the new Sorcerer Supreme post-Death of Doctor Strange. Spoiler, but I didn't read it, so maybe I didn't ruin it. Anyway. Because on one end... I thought it did. The fourth issue that came out? All right, anyway, so here's a couple possibilities. And you know that these are possibilities because of the way that the speculation market is twisting and turning, okay? So you have the possibility of Dr. Voodoo, which makes a lot of sense. But you also have the possibility of, like Zanin said, Clea. Then there's a third possibility, and that is a character by the name of Sophia Strange. And why is that a big deal? Why is that? Because have you been paying attention to how much Epic Anthology #1, her first appearance, how much that has gone up to? That was a book that we joked around, what was it, last week? Yeah. That we sold the only copies we have for like $8. And then again, the day after we did this show, the book was up to $60. And I think recently it's inching to triple digits. And I don't know why.
That's like legit. That was like Christmas season. Yeah. Like it's not like a year ago.
No. We're talking like a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, recent.
Yeah, really recently, yeah. And I'll never forget how excited I was. I was like, yay, cool! A book we would have sold for $1. We made $8. And then a day later I went, I'm an idiot! What am I thinking? Why am I not patient? So Zanin, thank you very much, because there is a lot of possibilities. Because Sophia Strange, for anyone who's not aware of who that character is, who a week or two ago was reintroduced into the Marvel Universe in Wastelander's Doctor Doom one-shot. And Sophia Strange is the daughter of Stephen and Clea. So, cool. You never know. And, some people can joke that, I guess, whatever quadrant, whatever demographic Disney and Marvel really need to tap into, that'll probably be who becomes the Doctor Strange. So, all right. Jason over there doing, What is this? What does this mean, Jason?
There's more to it.
So, there we go. So, that is number 54. I hope everyone got their copy, because there might not be that many copies left. So, sometimes this is fun.
Not
All right, so hey, Jason, when you're here, we have a good time.
There you go.
The only other time,
Give me prices and move on.
hey, I'll say this. You don't bring much to the show like Zanin does. Like no one's offering you your own show,
Ow.
but
Ow. Shots fired.
like the tripod that you are, you really hold us up to the sky. You keep us propped up.
You're the third leg of this show.
You are at this point. You ask Fred. You know.
Only when
I
Zane's
mean,
not here. I got you.
yeah.
You gotta ask him after that sleepover.
He stayed over.
Hey. No,
Did you have to share the bed with Bob too?
No, it's an extra bedroom.
You guys.
Oh, all right.
You were there.
All right. Personally, I think you protest too much. So why don't you calm down? We're living in 2022.
We came by and he was like, all right, sorry.
Yeah.
You guys have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No room at the inn.
Jason had us all over for a party, and Al and I showed up, and Jason was like, "Sorry guys, house is full."
We're not going to do it. All lights are off.
I get a couple blankets on the floor. Have fun.
Well, hey man, this is a great night. We can all sleep out on your roof.
It's snowing where everybody is right now.
Is it still snowing?
It's still snowing.
Oh my god, we have legitimate snow.
Yeah.
Come on, don't turn to rain. Come
Hopefully we
on.
get out of here before it turns
I
rain.
know, right? That'd be great to. I would love to walk home in some snow. That is awesome.
Mr. Lime, is Brooklyn covered in snow yet?
Yeah, like Gary, how's it look? Are you on the weird like climate change line where instead of getting 6 to 8 inches of snow, we're gonna get about half an inch, and then it's gonna turn into rain,
Atlanta, they got an inch and a half or something.
and then it completely shut down the city, right?
Oh yeah. They don't know what snow trucks are. Salt the roads.
Isn't that the best? It's like it could be a half inch or it could be 3 feet. Doesn't matter because everything will just shut
That's
down.
it. They're not used to it.
Kyle's got no snow. It's 7 degrees.
Really?
Kyle, what was your high for today?
8.
Yeah.
He's like barely 9.
It was 7 in the sun at noon. He's 17.
You know what Ohio is? In Italian, Ohio means no space heater.
Ohio means no space heater?
Yeah.
No space heater?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's so. Whenever you hear us say Ohio,
That's incorrect.
No space heater.
oh, hey, Kyle agreed with you. All right. So those are our new Avengers. If anyone has any questions, please let us know. If not,
We're talking about the weather.
you know what? Okay.
We just stop what we're doing and talk about snow outside the shop right this second.
Hey, I got asked to leave a party because the only thing I would talk about was the weather. And people are like, you're taking up a lot of space in the room and you're very loud and you only talk about the weather and we're all bored. And I go, time out.
How big?
You're all paying attention.
You were like, I don't give a shit. It's your kid's first birthday. I want to talk about the weather.
How big was a party that you had to talk about the weather?
Oh, I broke up with a girl on her birthday. It was her birthday party. And I stayed after I broke up with her because I was waiting for my friends to show up so I could go home with them. It's now the story. If I told the real story, I don't look as bad, but if you just hear the bullet points, it looks really bad. So with that said,
I got phone calls for that party.
oh yeah, it became infamous to the point where a party I didn't even go to, this woman called me up just to let me know that she was leaving with another guy at that moment. And I went, have a wonderful time. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of ladies, people love their J. Scott Campbell comic covers, especially if they're very hot, attractive ladies. And that is Ultimate Spider-Man 152 with the Ultimate Black Cat. This is a very fine copy at $5. And if you're asking, Brendan, why is even a very fine copy of a random issue of Ultimate Spider-Man worth $5? I will go on eBay, type in J. Scott Campbell variant, and watch the prices shock you.
And Black Cat's coming to MCU.
Yes, but not Ultimate Black Cat. But again, people love their J. Scott Campbell sexy ladies because that's definitely how women's bodies look, without a doubt. Yes.
What the hell makes her? Oh, she's the same Black Cat.
I know, right?
That's Marvel's Black Cat.
Well, Well, I mean,
Well, by this point in the Ultimate Universe, they weren't even pretending anymore. Like,
it's
like, what was the difference between Moon Knight and Ultimate Moon Knight?
harder outfit.
Killed more people? I don't know.
It was.
Thank you, Mr. Winkler.
All right, Mr. Winkler, appreciate it, bud. All right, next up. Now, technically, this is Cable number 25. This is the final issue of the Cable series, where it was pretty much lone Cable and Cub. That was pretty much it was post the Hope Summers, where Hope Summers was a baby, and Bishop wanted to kill Hope, the baby. So Cable took her and went into the future, and the whole series by wasn't Dwayne Swarzynski, wasn't he a Philly guy at the time? Because this was his run, Swarzynski. Yeah, he used to shop here too. He was a really good dude. Yeah.
He used to shop here because like Marvel never sent him his promo.
Oh God, I know.
God.
He was a crime novelist who's successful. Marvel was in that phase where they wanted to get every like novelist to like write their comics. And so they get Dwayne Swarzynski. He like wrote like Punisher.
He did a couple of things. He did a bunch of Red Circle stuff too.
Yeah. After Marvel and everything. Yeah, but they wouldn't send him comp copies. Like, what are you doing? Like, anyway, that's not for us to say.
Dude, I don't know what he's not doing comics now, but his novels are worth. If anybody's interested, he's good.
Well, he was a good writer. Yeah. And in fact, what was that one Punisher Max series he did? Where the Punisher was poisoned and he had like 6 days to live, and it all takes place in Philly. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, and because he was from Philly at the time, he was living in Philly at the time. Now the artists, so visually it didn't really like work, but in terms of name drops and like talking about locations and streets and stuff like that, all legit. You know, it was cool. You know. Anyway, this is even though it says Deadpool and Cable. There was that run of Deadpool and Cable had their own series. So the joke of this final issue of Cable was that he goes looking for some help, and he looks to an old friend, Deadpool. Now, this issue actually is a little rare, and because it has Deadpool in it, it's why it carries some value. So this very fine copy is only $5. But this book is a high grade, is up in that like $10 to $15 range, depending on if you get it from Overstreet or if you get it from eBay. I imagine you can guess which one is higher. But this issue, Deadpool and Cable, by Dwayne Swarzynski and Angel Medina, which will lead us into a little nod to a little series we got up there, Angel Medina. But this is a very fine copy at $5, Deadpool, Cable, and a baby Hope.
We're gonna take a quick break.
And we're going to take a break.
Sorry, Kyle, I didn't see your message. Mr. English, we'll be back in a minute. Don't you worry, buddy.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Not really, but I think he appears. He's like The Rock, with it's like
He's
like
been
the Rock
figured his.
But as an actor, especially as a comedic actor,
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Oh, and it's a lot dirtier than I was like.
That was very dirty.
This guy's doing this stuff like kids enjoy their shit.
Well, it's all John. I mean, you know, like we're talking about the Peacemaker show, and we're talking highly about John Cena as an actor compared to John Cena as a wrestler.
Shout out to John Cena if you watch.
Can't see me. Can't.
You got a bunch of fans here, buddy.
Not the China thing now. You gotta.
What China thing?
No, so.
What are you talking about? Are you about to get us in trouble with the government of China?
I am.
Oh man, it's okay. It's part of our brand.
Because WWE, John Cena has to.
No, listen. I don't want to promote WWE or anything connected to Vince McMahon and anything connected to those monsters of human beings.
You know, we'll probably have to pay them now. Just for saying.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
There's only twice. You have to say.
I'm
3
pretty
times.
sure-
It's like Beetlejuice. 3 times to get paid.
Let's be honest. They were there January 6th. Let's just throw it out there. You know.
That's a doo-doo ass company.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they like sponsored it. You know, or something along those lines. Anyway, talking about comics here, because if I've heard anything from our fan mail, it's stop talking about anything that isn't comics. Something about a family show or I don't know.
Get more political.
So next up are
You guys don't touch on current events enough.
you guys aren't more of a dumpster fire. Can you please get that heat? The flames are sputtering. We really need
It's a little cold.
yeah. We need a maelstrom of blue flames.
That was way back. It's all right. I'll tell you after the show.
That rule has been revoked.
Sweet. We're not a family show anymore.
No.
I got that in
Thank
my
God.
ear enough times to
I'll be honest. I felt for a while like we were trying to do to everyone what they did to Bob Saget on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Hey,
All right, be Bob Saget.
we can always say we are a show of breaking news.
No, we absolutely.
We broke his death before.
I straight up was getting texts on the way home. And I was like, oh, that's old news. What are you talking about? You don't watch The Experience?
That's why I can't answer this crazy questions you ask me on other things.
But just so we're clear, how did you discover Bob Saget died? Did you do this?
My buddy texted me.
Oh, that computer in your lap.
My buddy
told
texted
you.
me. My friend texted me and let me know.
Okay, all right.
Not to stop the sales, but does everybody know how Bob Saget died? Like is there
Was
any information?
Is it tragic?
Yeah. I haven't heard
Does
anything.
anyone know?
No, I haven't
They're
heard
not
anything.
saying anything.
Honestly,
Is it okay? We just let him rest in
let's
peace.
just let it go.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just. He was an area guy.
Yeah, no.
Died in his sleep.
He was from
He was like
Bucks County or like,
Lehigh, I think it was.
something like that.
something like this.
Yeah. It's kind of like the people who say they're from Philly, but I grew up in Jersey, literally like 10 minutes from Philly, but a bunch of people who are from Pennsylvania, who are like an hour outside of Philly, say that I wasn't allowed to claim that I was from the Philly area, despite the fact that I was literally lived closer than them. Anyway, these are not originals. These are facsimile editions of Incredible Hulk 180 and Incredible Hulk number 1. They're high grade copies. Number 1 is $6 and 180 is $10. So if any reason you're in a mood for the Hulk or some Wolverine and you've been priced out, don't worry. The facsimile editions are going up in value. So one day they will also price us out.
Price at 180. $700.
Yeah, I know. Well, the facsimile edition sold for like $30 on eBay a week ago. And I'm sitting there going, wasn't the whole point of these $3.99 facsimile editions so people could buy them for a cheap price?
That's a legit facsimile where it's like the old.
Yeah, I know, with the letters pages and everything like that. By the way, if anyone has any good names for the Fat Jack's fan mail letter page, you let us know. And also, send us any of your fan mail to fjccshow@gmail.com, and we might read your letter live on air.
If only we had a fan who is a writer and who went by the name Warrior to come up with a letters page.
You think?
I don't know, but he's too busy making tuna fish sandwiches.
Well, I will say this. He did write us a postcard that had a whole great idea behind Ursula from Little Mermaid. Is actually not the villain. Ursula, Ariel came to Ursula for a job, and Ursula saw that job through. Ariel achieved what she was looking for. Ariel just decided that she didn't like the back end of the deal and decided to take it back or be like, anyway, the idea being that Ursula is the victim in The Little Mermaid. Just saying. So, moving on. Who likes Jack Kirby? I like Jack Kirby. Yay, everybody. We have 3 random issues of OMAC. Not even keys. It's not OMAC number 1. It is literally just 3 random issues from OMAC. But I felt that we've had too many shows recently where we haven't tried to talk about Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko or Bernie Wrightson, which was the bread and butter of this show in the beginning.
Are there key OMAC issues?
Yes, number 1.
Just the one.
Yeah, just number 1. Yeah.
See, that's the sin too. It's like with the terms. I was still sitting on a handful of those.
I know.
Because people just want the keys, but it's all Kirby. It's all.
And they're brilliant, man.
It's all creative. Henry, are you watching? We got some OMACs for you. He loved it.
Yeah, no, OMAC was great. And the other one that was really good, and we did sell a bundle of it at the time, was that John Byrne 4-issue prestige format series from I think 89-90. I think it was all black and white. That was awesome. It was especially awesome because John Byrne, he really writes in a lot of uncomfortable sexual things into a lot of his books. Yeah, and it feels very clunky. It really sometimes feels like John Byrne might never have had sex before in his life. But you know, it's like great art. It's like a bag of sand. Anyone get the reference?
What did you just say?
I'm 40.
And then Superman touched her bosom.
All right, so we have 3 random issues of OMAC. OMAC number 3, a fine copy at $8. OMAC number 6, a very fine minus copy at $14. And OMAC number 7, a very fine minus copy at $14. And you want to know something funny about these 3 issues?
Sure.
So I have a couple pages of notes, okay? So these notes are specific to a bunch of these Warlock and Infinity watches we have up there. We have some Ms. Marvels. We got some She-Hulks. Not super keys, so don't get crazy excited, okay? No one start claiming She-Hulk number 1, right? Don't claim Daredevil number 9. It's not up here, okay? I'm not gonna pull out $300 keys from my anus, okay? I mean, yeah, I was gonna say if I had Daredevil number 9, trust me, it would have been the first book I would have tried to sell.
There either.
So anyway, but I like to take notes of some of these books to, kind of like let people know, it might not be a big key, but these are great books and stuff. So I tried to take notes of these 3 issues of OMAC. Other than me literally just telling you what happens, I couldn't find anything. I was like, OMAC does something. It's got great Kirby art.
I mean, it's cool shit, and it's Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
It's like shit that's never happened before.
Exactly. Kirby ahead of his time.
It's all ahead of your time.
Yeah.
Not now, though, because everybody's fucking done it. He was the first.
It's kind of like when people tell me the Beatles are overrated. And I go, hey now.
You're absolutely right.
You don't have to like the Beatles. But they're not. Oh, by the way, can I just say, R.I.P. My love, Ronnie Spector. All right? Ronnie Spector died this week. Yeah, I just found that out yesterday, and I think she died a few days ago. I couldn't believe. Where were all the tributes to Ronnie Spector? One of the greatest voices to ever.
That's crazy.
Ever. I know. To the point where I was about to play Be My Baby when this show started, but I was pretty sure that just like the Halloween episode where we played the Halloween theme, some people were going to show up in the chat just to kind of check on us and see what was going on.
You know who else died? He died a few years ago, and I had no idea. I can't think of his name now, but he played Radio Raheem on New York.
Yes! What was that actor's
He died in
name?
2016. I had no idea.
Oh, man. Did he die from COVID before COVID?
Nah, he had leukemia.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah, he was
All joking
he was a
aside,
Pittsburgh
that
guy.
sucks.
I had no idea. So I shouldn't even brought it up because I can't think of his name.
No, that's great, yeah.
Radio
anyway.
Raheem is dead.
If you're not familiar with Ronnie Spector, or you're like, I haven't heard of, dude, okay, because, like, my favorite musical genre of all time, I love lots of music, but the one genre that I keep coming back to almost all the time, it was my first love, early 60s girl groups, the Crystals, the Ronettes, the Shangri-Las, the Angels, Love, Darlene Love.
Bill Nunn. That's his name.
Bill Nunn, all right.
So R.I.P. to Bill Nunn.
R.I.P. I'm so sorry, man. We'll see you over the Rainbow Bridge one day. You won't recognize us, but I'll have love. He'll have hate.
Yeah, 4 days ago.
You know who's a kook?
Who?
Phil Spector.
Oh, no.
I was gonna say, not Phil, Ronnie.
Okay, just so we're clear. Okay, Phil Spector was a musical producing genius, but Phil Spector was a monster. Okay?
No, he was.
Like a literal monster. If anything else, look up any interview with Joey Ramone where he tells the story about the time Phil Spector pointed a gun at him. Okay? Or the time that Phil Spector actually shot somebody. And I'm pretty sure murdered them. And then
Just do a Google image search of Phil Spector. Look, see what his hair looks like. That shit gets wild.
He's got dead eyes. Dead eyes.
no, he's scary. He's scary.
He's got that.
No, he was a creepy dude. But again, he was a genius in this one little corner. I mean, literally, just go back and listen to those early Ike and Tina records. I mean, just the Christmas album alone. When most people think of Christmas music, they're mostly thinking of the Phil Spector Christmas record. You know, because that was all those Darlene Love, the Ronettes, the Crystals, Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, all of any Christmas video, Christmas movie that came out in the 80s and early 90s, all of the Christmas music was from the early 60s, and all of them were produced by Phil Spector. Okay, so great segue. Here's a little guy by the name of Adam Warlock. If there's anyone who could have played Adam Warlock in an MCU, they could have dyed Phil Spector's wig blonde, and that would have been a creepy Adam Warlock.
Well, the guy's playing Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I know, but he's an unknown, isn't he?
No.
Who is he?
Who's his name from
Does anyone know who's been cast as Adam Warlock?
It's the kid that played Sheldon.
no. No. Family Trip? No.
Is it Michael Dudikoff?
Family Trip. That was family.
I don't know. Ice Cube movie?
Are we there yet? The little kid from Are We There Yet is playing Adam Warlock?
Yeah.
Wait, the kid from Everybody Loves Chris?
What? No.
He's in, hey, anyone wants to watch a fun sitcom, Abbott Elementary.
Is he in that?
Yeah, he's in that. Yeah, he's a substitute. He's Philly, man. Philly! Anyway,
Will Poulter.
are we supposed to sell comic books?
Yeah, I don't know.
Will Poulter.
Okay.
Mike, I'm sorry. I'll do extra work tomorrow.
Sorry, Mike. Hey, Mike, we did. I don't know. What do I know? So let us now move into the Warlock element. All right. So first up is Warlock number 11 with a nice huge tear off of the top of the front cover, which is why this $30, $40 book is graded at good and will only cost you $5. Other than that, other than a little bit of age, the only great flaw is, again, this huge missing piece of the cover. Again, it's only $5. It's not $30. And these are all part of the Jim Starlin era Warlock. And then we have Warlock number 13. This is a fine copy at $9. All right. And now we step into here. Let Brendan put on his. He pretends he knows what comics are. Okay. Now we get into the early 90s of Marvel, specifically the Marvel Cosmic stuff, specifically the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. It's not a very well-known storyline. I'm pretty sure most people nowadays have never heard of the Infinity Gauntlet or the Infinity Gems. They're probably not very familiar with a purple villain called Thanos, but it used to be a pretty big story that had a lot of spin-offs from the conclusion of the Infinity Gauntlet story. And one of those big spin-offs, written by Jim Starlin, who created Thanos, did not create Adam Warlock, but developed the Infinity Stones. They were called the Soul Gems at the time. Created Thanos Quest, created the Infinity Gauntlet, and created a nice little cottage industry, his own little corner of the Marvel Universe, primarily starring Warlock and his traveling Wilburys. The Infinity Watch, okay? So Warlock and the Infinity Watch was a series that was primarily based post-Infinity Gauntlet, where Adam Warlock had the Infinity Gauntlet with all 6, and he could not be trusted to hold on to it because he might be tempted, the way that Thanos was, to become a god. So he had to separate the gems, but he couldn't just leave them out in the wild to be found by anybody. So he needed to entrust individual people to be, oh yes, thank you, Al, thank you. There's Thanos Quest number 1, high grade copy at $30. That is the story with the second issue that we don't have, that allowed Thanos to kill a bunch of elders of the universe, to steal the soul gems, be like, haha, you're a bunch of idiots who don't know how to use these. These are actually the Infinity Gems. And I'm going to take my big gauntlet and add them to it, and voila, Infinity Gauntlet. Okay, so Warlock and the Infinity Watch. Adam Warlock is like, what am I going to do? Well, I know these peeps over here, like Pip, Gamora, Drax.
Pip from Eternals,
what was it?
Eternals.
The Eternals? Oh yeah, Pip is in the Eternals.
He's in the Eternals.
Well, get in on the ground floor of these key books, because we got a lot of Pip over here.
He does not.
He does not. But we know for a fact he will play a major role in the MCU going forward.
So,
spoiler!
That's an after
Spoiler!
That's an after credits thing.
And just so we're clear, it's just his voice.
It's his voice.
Yeah. Oh no, it's Wesley Snipes. It's the very end of the movie where Black Knight is like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? And his voice goes, always bet on black. And he's like, well, it's good that I'm the Black Knight.
You're 50 cents on that plane.
Yeah. He's like,
don't pay your taxes.
you better believe there's no murder at Pennsylvania 60.
And it all came together.
Hey man, if I know anything, I know that white men can't jump. Where's my money train? I don't know how to sew comic books.
Chat question. What's the best Wesley Snipes movie?
Blade 2.
Blade.
No, you gotta let it fucking marinate and simmer.
Well, Blade 2 is one of the best Wesley Snipes movies.
No. Is it really?
Yes! Guillermo Del Toro? Oh, you never saw Blade 2?
We just saw Blade 1 like 6 months ago.
Oh, wow, okay. No, but man, you get Ron Perlman, Donnie Yen. Who else is in that like team? It's literally like Blade and the Magnificent Seven. No, Blade 2, man. Honestly, give it, yeah. Oh, yeah, big time. No, that's Trinity. That's the movie that doesn't star Blade. That's the movie where Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel and Wesley Snipes literally thought they were in different movies.
Yep. Gary Lime did not like Blade 2.
Gary, why?
Gary Lime loves Blade, so now I got to question you guys saying it's good.
Well, it's early Guillermo Del Toro.
I see. Well, all right.
You'll dig it.
Now, hey,
You'll dig it. I know you.
You and him are agreeing on it.
That is weird.
So that's a red flag.
Uh-oh.
And look at it live as a Blade fan. I don't know.
It's a fun, stupid movie.
What is my second favorite Wesley Snipes film? I'm gonna go New Jack City. Yeah.
I was thinking New Jack.
Yeah, man.
New Jack City is a ridiculous film.
That movie is insane. Like,
that might be the best comic book movie ever.
it's a cartoon. Like, and I love how people at that time were like, "Man, that's how the inner city is." Stop it. All right, stop.
Bill Nunn's in that too.
Yes.
He's one of the.
You're right. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Speaking of which, who wants to be part of Warlock? God, I can't keep my.
Sorry.
Is
Sorry.
it still snowing? It is still snowing. Nice.
Everybody's watching football.
Yeah, no one cares. You know. And on like Facebook, we can't tell that only 3 people are watching.
There's a cat and an old lady listening to this. That's it.
Hey,
It's your cat.
It's background noise for somebody.
I'll say this. We might not be selling a lot of comics, but there's good energy here, fellas.
It feels like a snow day in here.
It does.
It's snow, and that's what you get that zip.
Yeah, it's got snow day energy, except we're standing in front of and behind comic books.
Oh, no snow.
No snow in Brooklyn. That sounds like a song. No snow in Brooklyn. All right, so let's get into the Warlock. Are we at a? Do we need another break?
We're coming up on a commercial.
I think everyone needs a break, other than.
All right. God, man. Hey, Kyle, can we just do an early break and then just come back for the 3rd segment, and we will hopefully get into the Warlock Infinity Watch. I have notes.
In the words of Adam Warlock, sure.
The show should be, when does Brendan have notes?
When does the train go off the rails?
Oh, just so we're clear, it looks like I have 2 pages of notes. Well, guess what? 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 side. And it's all single space. Right? Yeah. Let's do a break, and I really gotta pee.
Yeah, can we do? We'll do a quick break.
And we'll come back. Sorry.
They say it, and it's true, that everything is getting faster. You're not getting any younger, and time is the single resource that you can never get back or get any more of. So why walk into your local comic shop blind when you can go in laser focused on the best books on the shelf?
Hi everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skim It. Yeah!
Spend 1 hour with Miss Jen and Bean, and they'll give you rapid-fire reviews of all the new comics hitting stores. Spend less time shopping and more time reading.
This is Provenance of Secrets.
This is The Heathens. I read Wolverine number 17.
Minute to Skim It, every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
What's up, the internet? It's Kyle. Just as a reminder, don't let the snow day energy get you down, if that's an actual thing. Following this show tonight, we have another great EXP Expo interview with Joshua Starnes, the publisher at Red 5 Comics. So buy stuff from Brendan and Al, and then turn around and hang out with us and Joshua Starnes starting at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight as part of the EXP Expo. Now, I know you didn't come to see my face, so I'm going to send you back to the tripod that is the gang at Fat Jack's Comicrypt. Enjoy the show.
Intentional. We're not trying to be dicks. Gary Line posted something on his Instagram.
Yeah.
What I like to do is creep through all our customers' Instagrams now that I have access. But this was a while ago, and it was people from the West Coast are nice, but they're not kind. Whereas people from the East Coast are kind, but they're not nice.
I like that.
And it fits. And he said people from the West Coast would get offended by that. And I was like, but it fit. It absolutely works.
Because I'm defensive. Like, I don't trust anybody until they earn my trust. But once that trust is earned, I will die for you. Because I'm always afraid of not passing the infinite compassion test. It's so when I go home tonight and my girlfriend is asleep and I'm laying next door and I can't sleep, I will stare at the ceiling and I will play the entire day over again, and I will regret every decision I made. Especially if I feel.
Why do I keep letting Jason come back?
No, that I don't regret. No. My fear is that you're going to. There's no incentive for you to keep coming.
I fear that I let you back. I hate it.
And I'm getting. The more I get you to do work, and then I make fun of you for doing it poorly. I will later tonight. I will go. Maybe I should not have made fun of him, because maybe he will stop coming back, and then it'll just be Al and I again, where we stare at each other.
Nobody wants that.
And we stare at the clock going, is anyone watching? Can this be over yet?
Now I start drinking again.
Oh, yeah, we don't want that to happen. That's for sure.
I do.
You know what? Now that I say that, the drugs starting to kick in.
Oh, shit. Okay, so it was a live promo. Hey, sorry, Kyle. We were chatting. We didn't realize it was live.
We missed the live promo. We heard Fat Jacks and we went, whoa.
Yeah, that was a real bad decision on my part, just to kind of off the cuff try and promote all the shows on the network.
Well, thank you. It's very kind of you.
Writing them down.
You know how you should promote us? You should be like, there's this weird, like, black hole void on Sundays from 6 to 8. We have no idea what it is. We have no idea what's going on there. But why don't you fall into that black hole and then completely regret your decision?
So you want me to hire an existentialist to write your commercial?
Just for everybody watching, is the Experience still doing their expo, the Asian Pacific?
Right after this, we're back with another interview on the ESP Expo, and there's at least 2 every day now through next Sunday.
Cool. Check it out, everybody. Go to Experience. Check them out. They got some cool people coming up there.
Y'all, you guys' lead-in next Sunday is Marvel Comics legend Arvell Jones.
Wait, next Sunday?
Yeah, next Sunday your lead-in is Marvel Comics legend Arvell Jones, and if I'm lucky, Keith Pollard will be joining him.
Nice. Well,
The running back? No.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody check it out. Amy Chu is in charge, right?
That's our AAPI event that's coming up in a couple months.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, never mind.
Well,
I'm the schmuck in charge of this one.
We're not very good at promotion, you know.
But they're kind enough to host this. So.
Yeah. They put up with us. I don't know why. You know.
Kyle does. The rest of the crowd.
Yeah, it's true. The only person who really watches is Kyle. You know.
JD, what's up, JD? If you're watching.
JD.
Yeah, poor kid got fired.
Oh man, yeah, probably because he made us laugh too much. You know, and really like derailed it. Because you know what? This is a well-oiled machine that immediately when we come back from break, we're on to the thing that we promoted before the break. There is no like digressions.
No,
No.
Certainly not.
We're great.
You know what? Stop for another break.
Oh, all right, nice. Here, no. Okay. So
You guys did funny.
Brendan's got his notes. So it's time to get into it. Okay. Warlock and the Infinity Watch. We do not have issue 1, so calm down. We do have issue 2, and we go all the way up to issue 22, and then we jump around a lot. So let's get into it. So Warlock has now decided that he has to figure out what to do with these Infinity Gems. They can't be together. So he has to pull together a group of, let's call them co-workers, not friends. Yes. It's pretty much the equivalent if Mike came to Al and I and said, you have to keep these magical keys. Here's a third one. Find some random idiot to be part of your band of fools.
And then Duke showed up.
Because just so we're clear, that's not that far off. That actually has, because Warlock, Adam gives, he gives the power gem to Drax, he gives the mind gem to Moondragon, he gives the space gem to Pip, he gives the time gem to Gamora, Adam holds on to the soul gem, but who gets the reality gem? I don't know. It's a mystery, and you won't find out unless you purchase Warlock and the Infinity Watch, or just look it up on Wikipedia.
We'll find them all.
Or just
And read the story.
So real quick, Warlock and the Infinity Watch. All right, most of these are high grade. There are a couple that are like very fine plus. Most of these, until we get to the rare back end. So by the time this series started petering out, obviously the print run got a lot less. And because of the rarity of those issues, they do have a little bit more value. But these are all pretty fair value. So this is Warlock and the Infinity Watch number 2. This is a high-grade copy at $4, and it is considered the first appearance of the Infinity Watch. And if you pay attention to random people on YouTube who have a bunch of comic book speculation shows that cause certain books to suddenly like jump up in value, and you ask yourself, Brendan, why is this book that we have valued at $3 or $4, why is it selling for $30 on eBay? And someone says, because JT so-and-so on their JT's Comic Book Emporium Power Hour show said, look at this book, it's going to be big one day. And suddenly it explodes. But yet, Brendan and Al and Banana here, Cobras, Cougars, and Ninjas, the coolest band of all time, we get up here and we're like, yo, man, you should buy this book for $2. It's going to be huge. And everyone's like, whatever. And then a week later, that $2 book is a $200 book. But no one gives us credit. We don't move the needle. Man, I cannot help it, man. I gotta reel this in. Al, why are you not managing me better?
Nice run.
Show.
Let him run.
Let her run. All right, next up. Issue number 3. First team appearance of They. Who's They? I should have set this up better. We could have done a whole who's on first. Yeah, him and They. Yeah. All right, but it is the first team appearance of They. They are, God, it sounds so stupid trying to say it out loud.
Where are they?
They are 12 survivors of Counter-Earth created by the High Evolutionary, but saved by Omega and turned into cyborgs who embody pure hatred. Only in comics, folks, or B-movies. Warlock looks for comfort and advice from the High Evolutionary, only to discover he has lost his mind after witnessing the birth of a Celestial. And if you're wondering, Al, why is Brendan not telling us in what comic book did the High Evolutionary witness this birth and lose his mind? Well, I would say, Al, don't worry, I did my job. It is Thor issue number 424. There you go. So we're like the editor's notes in comic books. When things get mentioned and everyone's like, when did that happen? Don't worry, you look at 424. Thor 424. That's so stupid. 424. Do we have it? I don't know. Do you want to go take a look? All right, so that's issue number 3. That's a high grade at $4. Then we get Warlock and the Infinity Watch number 4. This is Infinity Watch versus They. Okay, real quick, I forgot to mention this. Issue 2. Okay, all of these, until I say otherwise, are written by Jim Starlin. But issue 2, the artist was Angel Medina. Issue 3 and issue 4 were illustrated by Rick Leonardi. And that is a very fine plus, which is why it's only $3.50. Next up is issue number 5. And this is the first appearance of the Infinity Thrall and Omega. And if you weren't paying attention, I mentioned Omega was introduced in issue number 3. But in issue number 5 here, Omega is revealed to be the Man-Beast. And if you don't know who the Man-Beast is, go back and read the original Jim Starlin Warlock comics, because the Man-Beast was a really big deal. Now, this issue is illustrated by Angel Medina. And now we move on to issue number 6, Revenge of the Beast. This is Warlock versus the Infinity Thrall, and the Infinity Watch officially decides to be a team. Man, what cool. I mean, that's like our kickball, our kickball team, okay? We're first introduced in this episode, okay? That's what the idea. So this episode has a lot of speculation value for the Fat Jack Slingers kickball team. But in some future episode where the team really, we figure out the positions, we figure out who's on the team, that's when we decide to truly be a team, and that's where you get the first full team appearance of the FJ Slingers. Yeah, that's you.
That's me humping the ball.
Yeah, that is you.
Well, they're fighting crime, and then you look in the corner, and I'm just holding on the kickball.
Yeah, he's just slowly squeaking.
Perfect way to.
And all you hear is this weird squeak.
Kickball team. Basketball.
Oh no, I don't want any of that Trey and Stone. I watched that movie. Jenny McCarthy's in it too much. She's all like anti-vax this. You know, I'm so funny even though I'm a beautiful woman because I constantly talk about farting and pooping.
That apparently was big in the 90s.
It's big now.
For you, maybe.
It's big now, but
What are you talking about? I love talking to women about pooping and farting.
Well, not if she's dated McCarthy.
All right. Well, on to Warlock and the Infinity Watch number 7, where they get their home base. Yes, that is right. This is the reintroduction of the Magus. The Magus is Magus. That is the evil version of Adam Warlock, and this is right around the time when we're about to get into the Infinity War, which was the sequel to the Infinity Gauntlet. And this issue actually takes place between Infinity War number 2 and number 3. The Infinity Watch end up on Monster Island, where the Mole Man offers them the use of the island as their base of operations, and Thanos returns. This issue was illustrated by Tom Rainey. That is a high-grade copy at $4. Next up, issue number 8, Gamora's reunion with Thanos. This issue takes place during Infinity War number 3. Warlock and Thanos reminisce over both having the Infinity Gauntlet. You know, sipping some white tea, having some cigars, just catching up. And Gamora attacks Thanos after having some scary premonitions. This issue was also illustrated by Tom Rainey. High grade, $4. Next up, we get the greatest puppet show of all time. Thanos and Galactus do their own Punch and Judy show. Oh, now this is a big key, man. I mean, come on. Thanos and Galactus doing Punch and Judy? I mean, that's definitely going to be a Disney Plus one-shot at some point. Anyway, issue number 9. This issue takes place during Infinity War number 5. Galactus and Gamora seek help from the Living Tribunal, and Gamora recalls her childhood with Thanos. Eternity and Infinity are awakened from their cosmic coma. I have no idea why they were in a coma, but Angel Medina illustrates this issue.
Can I get issue 9?
Yes, you can. All right. Thank you to Mr. Kiernan.
Maybe.
All right.
Just so everybody knows, it's snowing in Brooklyn.
Oh, it is. After we did our song.
It's official.
Guys, we did it. Take credit.
We did it. We did something.
We did it. We did something.
Made a mark in the world.
We made it snow in Brooklyn, and we are about to take over the professional kickball world.
Yeah, we can do kickboxing too.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, why not?
MMA is pretty big. Baseball's dying. So I guess to really make kickball work, we're going to need a little kickbox. Oh my God, that's it. Okay, so every time, so whenever you kick the ball and someone throws the ball to the base that the kicker is running towards, you have an opportunity to kickbox to get the base.
If you're out, you have to kickbox to be safe.
Yes, there you go. Yes, you have even though the outfielder threw you out, you're not out
just like
until you get defeated in kickboxing. I'm telling you, fellas, we are real. This is gold.
cutting edge.
You know,
Cutting edge.
we better hope certain people aren't watching this and just stealing our ideas. That's just all I'm saying, okay?
You know what?
Oh, nobody's watching.
Don't you worry about that.
Okay, wait. Kyle, you can't steal our ideas because we know you're the only person watching.
It's me, Al, and Kyle, and there's 5 other people. It's like 3 cats and a dog.
Nice.
Something to do.
To be very honest with you, I hope it is 3 cats and a dog. You know, oh, you're such a good boy.
Some puppies home alone. They're like, I need a background noise so he doesn't feel alone.
Hey, you know what? I would feel that there was some real accomplishment in my life if we were the background noise for a couple of dogs and cats. All right, just saying. All right, next up, Warlock and the Infinity Watch, issue number 10. Now, this issue takes place between Infinity War 5 and 6. Angel Medina draws it, and it is Thanos versus fake news. I meant fake Thanos. So here you go. High grade copy, $4. Thanos fights Thanos. Clash of the Titans. There you go. All right, next up, issue number 11. Eternity petitions the Living Tribunal to take away the Infinity Gems from the Watch because they are believed to be incompetent, kind of like this show. Abridged versions of Gamora, Drax, Moondragon, and Pip's backstories are told. And it is illustrated. Tell me if anyone knows who these guys are. Steve Carr and Jack Skeleton. I meant Daryl Skeleton. You know. Does anyone know who those two dudes are? Steve Carr, Daryl Skeleton. Yeah, Carr. I think he's the younger brother of the Raiders quarterback.
Oh,
Daryl Skelton. Skelton. All right, next up, issue number 12. Drax throws a temper tantrum. That is literally the plot of this issue. Drax has a mood swing and attacks all of his friends, leading him to remembering his first death. And like anybody who remembered their first death, he runs off to Nevada. Because if you got to forget your first death, Nevada is the place you go for the second one. All right. That is also illustrated by Tom Rainey. High grade, $4. I don't even know why I'm saying the price of edition. Because you demanded it, meaning that I hold up a comic book and try to sell it to you. Drax and the Hulk fight. Yay! Issue number 13. While in Nevada, Drax and the Hulk get drunk and pick up some Wait, what is happening in this issue? What is going on? No, I'm sorry. They just fight. That's it. They just fight. And a saxophone plays a major role in the story. Don't ask me what major role. Buy the issue and find out. I'm pretty sure it's a sex thing. Tom Rainey also illustrates that issue. All right. Now we're up to issue number 14. Angel Medina is back on the book. The UN sends forces to Monster Island to seize control of that island, leading them into conflict with the Infinity Watch. Also, Gamora punches a lot of people and kicks a lot of people. So that's cool.
At the same time.
Definitely at the same time. I mean, if you're Gamora, what's the point in punching and kicking if not at the same time? Next up, now this is a fun one. I'm pretty sure Mr. Kiernan's going to be really excited about this issue. All right. Issue number 15. Uh-oh, is it still snowing? Yeah, it is. Still snowing. Snow day. All right, so issue number 15, Eternity. Now, this is actually pretty cool, okay? This is one of my favorite factions or aspects of Adam Warlock as a character. All right, so Eternity merges Warlock with all of his past aspects, okay? So there's 5 of them. Here we go. The hapless child, represented by when he was referred to as him. The blind idealist, that was when Adam Warlock went to counter Earth and got in bed with the High Evolutionary. Yeah, I mean what I mean. The bitter cynic, that was Warlock versus the Universal Church of Truth, pretty much my entire adult life. And the corrupt tomorrow, the Magus, the evil future version of Adam Warlock. So he does all that so as to make him complete. And then Eternity also imparts some dire warnings, prophecies about Warlock's near future, or more appropriately, Eternity lays out about a year and a half of Marvel solicits for this book's plot. So there you go. All right, next up, issue 16. We got a key, folks. It's the first appearance of Maxim magazine in a Marvel comic book. Oh, I'm sorry. It's spelled M-A-X-A-M. It's actually a character. Okay. It's the first appearance of Maxim with an A-M, who is a time traveler sent into the past to kill the Magus, but arrived on the shores of Monster Island with amnesia. There you go. Changnesia. Who gets the reference? Now, this issue is illustrated by Tom Grindberg. Yeah, hey, Banana got the reference. It's a brilliant show. All right, but yes, this is actually the first appearance of Maxim. If you don't know who Maxim is, don't worry, because the next issue, issue 17, is not only his second appearance, and I know the internet is really big into this, it's his first cover appearance. You ready? Is everyone ready? Get excited, because can even Drax prevail against the power of FHM magazine? Oh, I mean Maxam, M-A-X-A-M, the character, and that's that dude right there in the blue and red. There you go. Blue and red fights purple and green. I wonder if there is a bit of a motif in the comic book industry of those 2 sets of colors fighting each other. Don't know. But issue 17, more Tom Grindberg art. Maxim and the Watch. Okay. They fight it out, but that's not what I wrote. I wrote, Maxim and the Watch fright it out. Nothing like having a good chuckle at your own typo. Hey, at least I make myself laugh. I don't make anybody else laugh, but I'm having a good time. Yes, they fright it out before they agree to help him, and Maxim joins the team. Boom. Key. All right. Next up. All right, here we go. Wait a minute. What happened to issue 15?
Issue 15 got claimed.
It got claimed? Did it get claimed by Mr. Kiernan's evil twin?
It did, Mr. Nelson.
Oh, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. I appreciate that. All right. Now we're going to step outside of the notes for a moment. Stop.
He doesn't know you're Nelson, does he?
Yeah. Inside, we got to maintain the illusion. Okay? This is coming off the rails. All right? We have a brand to uphold. And that brand is to not sell comics, it seems. All right, next up. Jim Starlin was on such a roll, and Marvel's like, you know what the future of Marvel Comics is? I mean, literally for the next 30 years, like these series will never end. We need a second Adam Warlock book. So don't worry, you got it. Warlock Chronicles number 1.
So it's got to be good.
Oh, well, it's the 90s. And if you learn anything about the 90s, If it's shiny, it's good.
It's gotta be good.
It's got to be good. It's so bright. It is also a prelude in the beginning of the sequel to Infinity War and the long-lost grandchild of Infinity Gauntlet. You got it. I'm talking about Infinity Crusade. If you don't know what I'm talking about, wiki it. Now, this issue is a very fine copy at $4. That's it. That's all I got. But don't worry, because if you read this issue and you want to know what happens after, you got to buy Warlock and Infinity Watch number 18, which is an Infinity Crusade crossover. And if you don't know it's a crossover, don't worry, because Marvel has now decided that they're going to shove a big old banner up here in the corner so nobody can be surprised, right?
So they started a new Warlock series, and then the second issue was a tie into another book.
No. Warlock Chronicles and Warlock Infinity Watch pretty much just so Warlock Chronicles is pretty much issue 17.5, and then number 2 is 18.5, and number 3 is 19.5.
It's the amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Day issues.
Yeah. Oh, but the best part is, so Warlock Chronicles is the first spectacular issue. Well, don't worry, because how many issues does it take before they decide, oh, yeah, by issue number 3, it becomes issue 3 in an 8-issue limited series. So we're already at that point in Marvel history where they're like, maybe people want an ongoing. Once they get the numbers back for issue 1 or 2, they're like, maybe they want an 8-issue limited series. And then they get the numbers back for issue 3 and 4, and they're like, maybe they want a 5-issue limited series.
Just call Legacy. Let's go. Legacy, done.
All right. Speaking of Pip, we're now into the big Pip the Troll storyline that to this day I'm still confused by. So this is issue number 18, Infinity Crusade crossover. The goddess recruits Gamora Moondragon. Pip has a dream where he is a god. Drax, Maximum, and Pip have a fight and then a vote over which of them should be the leader after the disappearance of Warlock. And guess what? It's probably a better voting process than how a lot of people feel about recent elections. I'm going to say there's less conspiracies about Warlock, Drax, and Maxim's vote. But it's okay. We'll change the laws and make sure that it's easier to steal actual elections, other than the fake ones that people thought. Anyway, did we just lose more Instagram followers? Are those cats and dogs still enjoying the show? Yeah. Oh, you're so cute. You're such a good little boy. Warlock Chronicles number 2, Reality Unraveled. I don't have anything else to say. It takes place in between issue 18 and 19. Next up, Warlock and the Infinity Watch 19. Infinity Crusade crossover. Many heroes try to give an empowered, dreaming Pip a much-needed bath. That's literally the plot. Everyone gangs up to give Pip a bath. Yeah. Does Mr. Nelson want to purchase the book so he can read about it? Warlock. Hey, well, boys, are we ready to rumble? Hey! Warlock Chronicles number 3. Now, this issue is a fine copy, which is why it's only $2. But it's an Infinity Crusade crossover, and it takes place in between issue 19 and 20 of Warlock and the Infinity Watch. Yep, that is Mephisto. So if everyone is still waiting with bated breath for Mephisto to show up in some TV show or movie, or technically he did show up. He was in a stained glass window in that Loki show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, they said it was Mephisto. I said it was.
Maybe it's a first cameo appearance.
It's actually surprising.
Yeah. Maybe this should be the rest of the show. Us just going.
Cats and dogs are going nuts right now.
Yeah, we literally failed at the one thing we were good at, being company to cats and dogs as they're left alone by their humans. So yeah, that's issue number 3. There you go. Next up, issue number 20. Pip doesn't get a bath. Infinity Crusade crossover. Pip's dream of being a god continues before the goddess finally awakens him. Hey, man. Nothing like being awakened by a goddess, that's for sure. Just saying. Iggy Azalea, you still out there? She did a song called Goddess. And it was, yeah. And it was a lot of pray to the goddess. So the name came to me. Just so we're clear, we're not funny. And this is literally stream of consciousness, which is why we get into a lot of trouble.
I think we're going to have to derail the...
Yes.
We're just taking a break from the Warlocks because we have... I'm assuming the icon is a Twitch viewer.
What?
Isn't that the third
A Twitch
platform?
viewer?
Like somebody's commented through Twitch, so they're interested in the Avengers.
Oh, these Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do it, but I'm pretty sure it's a Twitch.
Hey, this person, thank you very much. So let us step back. Let us prioritize someone who is actually interested in purchasing a comic instead of listening to us act like assholes.
Mr. Zadbear.
Well, hello, welcome. Thank you very much. Okay, so real quick. First up, we have New Avengers number 27.
Really throwing a wrench in our snowstorm show.
Oh, yeah. Now, please throw as many wrenches as you want. This is New Avengers number 27. This is a high-grade copy at $8. And then this is the variant edition, also a high-grade copy at $10. This is the first appearance of Ronin 2, Electric Boogaloo. I mean, later revealed to be Clint Barton. But if you're like, I'm not into that sequel, I want the original, don't worry. We have New Avengers number 11, which is the first appearance of the Ronin persona, later to be revealed to be Maya Lopez, a.k.a. Echo. This is also a high-grade copy. This is $20. And then we have, actually, wait, hold on a second. I think I have, because I forgot to throw this up there earlier. We do have another copy of New Avengers number 49. This is a high-grade copy at $15, and it is the first cameo team appearance of the Dark Avengers. And then we get issue 53, a high-grade copy at $15. This is the issue where Brother Voodoo pretty much becomes Dr. Voodoo and is offered the role of the Sorcerer Supreme by the Ancient One. So again, high grade, $15. And then we have issue 54, which is a high grade copy at $10. This is where Dr. Voodoo officially becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. And I don't want to belabor it too much, but the big speculation on why these issues are going up in value and interest is primarily because at some point everyone is convinced Brother Voodoo is going to be introduced into the MCU, and at some point, probably sooner rather than later, he is going to be elevated into Dr. Voodoo, and for all we know, he might one day replace Doctor Strange as the Sorcerer Supreme of the MCU. Now, there's some debate to that. That's still all rumor, nothing confirmed, but that is why these two issues in particular over the past year have really been going up in value. So there we go. Yes.
And we're coming to our last break.
All right, so let's just do the break and we'll come back and, I don't know,
Wrap it up.
watch the snow fall. We'll be like the log on Christmas. You just watch us watch snow. See you in a minute. Is it the kind of place where you can get a small, medium, or extra large?
Yes.
You can't get a large.
And they have taco pizzas?
Yeah, Rosario's in Philly, man. Yes,
Amazing.
actually, my girl turned me on to that place. It's really good pizza.
Really good.
Yeah. In fact, I bought a pizza, ate 2 slices, and then got COVID.
So anyway.
So when I came out of my COVID coma, I had some leftover pizza. It was really good. Yeah.
They have one pizza.
Hi, everybody. We're back. But really, that place is that close to you?
Yeah, it's like 2 blocks away.
Shit, man. We should get some pizza. We got to do our movie night.
We're trying, Mr. English.
We're doing Mr. English is there? What's up, buddy? How you doing? We got some more comics over here. Let's get to them. Yeah. Oh, okay. Everything cool?
Mr. English is throwing shade.
Uh-oh. Shade being thrown.
I love when Mr. English calls because I answer the phone and he's just like, yo! He's like, oh, I know who it is. What's up, man?
Uh-oh. Here we go. Mr. English. Good dude. All right. Where did we leave off?
You did the Avengers and
The Infinity Crusade finished over there. So now we're on to the 6th Infinity Crusade crossover issue of the Warlock Infinity Watch series. It makes you think that Jim Starlin was writing all of these books at the same time. You know, it just kind of gives you that feeling.
Push them out.
All right. Issue 21, Infinity Crusade crossover. Thor has gone mad, and Drax is short-tempered, so don't be surprised when these two end up at each other's throats. Don't you wish I rhymed? That would have been a lot funnier if I rhymed it. This is also a little bit of a foreshadowing to a big crossover that's going to occur in a few issues. Okay? But we still have Warlock Chronicles number 5, an Infinity Crusade crossover. That's Warlock and his female persona, his Anima, the goddess. And they're pulling a little Ed Wood. Yeah, cool. All right. And then we move on to, you guessed it, an Infinity Crusade crossover. Infinity and the Warlock and the Infinity Watch, issue number 22. Another. The UN really wants Monster Island, like really bad. This is like the 5th time they invade this damn island. All right, so they invade Monster Island again, and the goddess causes the sun to go nova because that's a fun Sunday, which leads to the death of the Mole Man and the Moloids. But don't cry; these are comics. I'm pretty sure they're back from the dead by next issue. So there you go. You can never defeat the Mole Man, which I guess is disproven a few pages into this issue because he gets killed. So I'm pretty sure that's being defeated. I think that's how it works. All right. And now we move on to the Blood and Thunder crossover, which was, how many parts was this story? I think it was like 15 parts, okay? And it crossed over with Warlock and the Infinity Watch, Warlock Chronicles, Silver Surfer, and Thor. And you wonder to yourself, why is Thor in it? Because Blood and Thunder pretty much is just about Thor, where he gets space madness, actually, warrior madness. And he runs around space and he kills a lot of people. And for whatever reason, Warlock, the Infinity Watch, and Silver Surfer go, we gotta stop Thor from murdering a lot of people. Now, we do not have all 15 parts. In fact, they're not going to cost you a lot of money, but the Blood and Thunder issues of Silver Surfer in particular are hard to come by. The Warlock Chronicles, they're hard to come by. The Infinity Watch, we're just lucky to have a couple. And the Thor, we have 2 out of, I think, like 5 of them. So let's just get into it. So here's how a Marvel cover promotes the Blood and Thunder storyline. So this is part 1, Thor 468. The insanity starts here. Follow Thor's galaxy-spanning mission of destruction. Can anybody stop him? Spoiler, no.
Yes. Oh.
This is a very fine minus copy at $4. Because actually some of these issues do have some value. Next we have part 5. So go on eBay, look up part 2, 3, and 4. Mighty Thor number 469. Also a very fine minus copy at $4. And guest starring the Silver Surfer, Warlock and the Infinity Watch, Sif, and Beta Ray Bill. And guess what? He's mad, and he's going to break your face. That sounds like a threat. Like, Jason,
What?
I'm mad, and I'm going to break your face.
No, break your face.
What's this, the late 90s?
Oh, yeah.
Can I get the 2
Yes.
Brother Voodoo Avengers?
Yes, the 2 Voodoos? Yeah. There you go. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Mr. English, sliding in.
We sold 2 books now. didn't
We did!
Yeah.
We validated our existence!
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We are out of 54. Oh no, no more 54, but don't worry. We got another copy of 53. Go.
Come back next week when it's $40.
You know, in all honesty,
I'm not.
I bet you this week the big books that'll be trending are going to be Blood and Thunder Part 1, Warlock and the Infinity Watch number 3, the first appearance of They. Oh, we got a phone call. Man, we're a talk show now. All right. Next up, oh God, I hope it's not Mike. Mike's like, what is wrong with you idiots? All right, now we're going to slide back into the Warlock and Infinity Watch series. So here we go. Issue Warlock and the Infinity Watch 24. Blood and Thunder Part 8. Warlock fights a troll while Pip helps the heroes escape from the rest of the Asgardian trolls. And just so you're clear, if you're wondering what the trolls are, yes, they are the troll toys. Like in the movie, I'm pretty sure Justin Timberlake, his first appearance as a troll is in this issue. What's that?
Gem stuff?
Yeah, the ones, yeah. They have pet rocks. Yeah, the genitals. The trolls and the genitals.
Gem? Yes.
All right, for everyone who can't hear what's happening right now, Jason over here goes, the trolls with the gems, and Al goes, the trolls with the genitals? That's all you need to know about this show. I'm trying to sell comics, and they're talking about troll genitalia.
Oh, he had the variant trolls with the genitals. I never got to see those.
We're having a sidebar here.
All right, next up, we're all cool with the phone call?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you. That was Mr. English. Just double check on something. But yeah,
Awesome.
thank you, Mr. English.
Cool. All right, next up, Blood and Thunder Part 11, Warlock Chronicles. Now, this is the only, also, this is issue 8 in an 8-issue limited series because that was definitely planned from the beginning. They had every intention of Warlock Chronicles only making it to 8 issues. Anyway, this is a very good copy at $2. So it's only $2. Get in on it. It's part 11. And Thanos, Warlock, and Silver Surfer are trying to get Thor to bob for apples. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do right here. Do you see this? Do you see how they're pushing his head down? Okay? That is not cool. Okay? He is not consenting to apple bobbing. And they're all like, get down there. Get in on it. Man. Comics really got to grow up, guys. All right. We have to really have some really hard conversations.
Just not to stop you.
Please,
Because, you know,
stop me.
Whoever wanted this issue, you're going to have to wait. That King Conan issue 1?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, dude, right?
No, that was great.
Oh.
If anybody hasn't read the new King Conan, my highest recommendation. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I read it and I got really excited. I was like, and I knew Al bought it, and Al would read it. And I was like, did you read it? And I was
Like, that's a new book.
Yeah.
That comes years later.
I was like,
I'll read that in 2040.
I gotta put that
It's $80.
at the bottom of a pile of 300 comics that date back to 2006.
Yeah, no, it's,
All right.
yeah, no, it was,
So I'll get around to it.
Mod, what's his name? Mod.
Asrar.
I'm butchering your name, and I'm sorry, but the artist on King Conan, I like his art with Conan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading a bunch of shit. A lot of people didn't like it.
Really?
The first 12 issues he did
Okay.
with Aaron, people were like, "Oh, it doesn't look like Conan. It's not supposed to be like that." And I don't know. It just.
I don't get it.
I thought it was great.
It should look like Arnold. Like,
Well, no. I think it's. You know what I think his art looks like? It looks like a 21st century sort of superhero aesthetic, Stuart Immonen, kind of like that. But like, if John Buscema was 28 right now drawing comics, it would look like Masood Asrar's. I'm so sorry, we're butchering your name.
If you ever, we don't have it. We sold it out.
Dude, we did. It was amazing.
We sold out, and I don't know, we might have sold out issue too.
It's getting close.
But yeah, I mean, if you get a chance, if anybody pick it up, it's worth a read. I don't know the value of it. It's probably over.
Yeah. But I will say my one complaint when I got done reading issue 1, I was like, this is only 6 issues.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But hey, I mean, anyway, we don't talk much about any new books we should recommend that came out this week.
Talk about the one we don't have to sell.
Yeah, I know, right?
if you can find it.
All right, next up is Warlock and the Infinity Watch, number 25. Giant size anniversary special featuring Thor and Thanos. Look, Thor didn't bob for the apples, and so what did they do? They tied him up. They chained him up like a bunch of crappy friends. Right?
Oh, crazy.
By the way, just so anyone, what's so funny about that? The only covers that are referred to, this says a lot about us as a culture. If you go and look at what is considered bondage covers, and bondage covers carry some value, okay? Don't be surprised to find out that the only cover is considered bondage is when it's a woman tied up. Anytime a man is tied up in bondage, somehow it doesn't fall into the bondage cover.
It's just normal.
Yeah,
Well, that even also is questionable.
things that make you go, I wonder. Just saying. Oh, by the way, send us fan mail. No one's giving us
Hate mail.
because we have been accused officially of being woke.
JK
not
Womack said that.
And by the way, if you use the term woke, it's a slur. So be careful.
That's not as sexual.
Right? No.
But I feel like if it was Jane Foster, it would be.
Real,
Like it would be
right.
super-
But real quick, just so we can be clear, put these two covers together. All right? That's pretty sexual. No, you don't think so?
That's heinous.
Yeah. Because you notice how nobody's bottom halves are shown?
That's some high school football hazing shit.
Right?
That's what that is.
They're hazing Thor.
Hey,
Oh.
90s.
I don't know why Thor's taking it either.
I know. Maybe it's because he's got space madness. Oh yeah. It's a fine copy at $6 in case anyone really wants to purchase anything. Can I get through all these before the end of the show? Oh my God, 10 minutes. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna be. Go. All right. Number 27, The Watch versus the Avengers. It continues from last issue. Okay. Boom. Warlock and the Infinity Watch. Number 28. Adam Warlock faces off against the Man Beast. Yay. Okay. Number 31, The Origin of Abyss. Don't worry about who it is. It's the last issue by Jim Starlin, illustrated by Pat Olive. Warlock uses the Orb of Eternity to discover the origin of Count Abyss. The Watch goes to Count Abyss's home world to help out. Boom, 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 boom. X up. Issue number 32. Abyss ends up being an asshole. That's right. He's a jerk. Count Abyss defeats the Watch and rips the soul gem from Warlock to achieve total victory. Written by Richard Ashcroft. Who the hell? Next up.
Guy named Abyss is a jerk. Look.
I know, right? Count Abyss triumphant. But here, okay, this is important to the history of Fat Jacks. Warlock and the Infinity Watch, issue number 33. Count Abyss uses the Soul Gem, but later is defeated by Warlock. That's not what's important. And it's not that important that Pat Oliff illustrated this issue. Al, if I were to ask you who wrote this issue and is going to write the rest of the Warlock and the Infinity Watch, what writer would be part of our history?
Can you say his last name?
I can't because I'll give it away. But I'll say this.
I mean, are you able to say his last
Yes.
name? Okay.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I have yelled it to John Oram in the middle of the street.
He doesn't like me very much.
No.
Is it John Arcudi?
It is John Arcudi. Yes, of Major Bummer fame. I don't know if he's written anything else, but Major Bummer. No.
I didn't know he wrote one.
I didn't either
Yeah,
until I was doing this.
You know what's funny? Eric's reading the Savage Sword of Conan,
Okay.
like the old magazine.
Yeah.
And there's a grip of them that is John Arcudi wrote. He said they're decent. Like he was surprised because he didn't. It was the same thing. He didn't know he wrote one.
And actually, this connects to what Kyle and the experience were talking about that I was not paying attention to because I'm not a good team player. John Arcudi learned how to write comic books from Larry Hama.
That's right.
Yeah. He had talked about how Larry Hama had taken Mr. Arcudi under his wing and taught him how to write comic books.
If anybody's interested, I haven't read it, but I've heard. Actually, Mr. English was talking about it. Arcudi's writing a book called Two Moons right now from Image. I'm pretty sure we have all the issues, but it's getting. I mean, people that are reading it say it's very good.
We're digging it.
I haven't had a chance, but
You know what's kind of sad about this industry? There's a lot of really good books out there being written and illustrated right now. Great stories. They're all going to be optioned for movies and TV shows and stuff. And no one's reading them. Instead, they're buying the new issue of Super John Blow, whatever, and they're whining about it. But, you know, hey, that's pretty much been American comics for a long, long time. But it's insane. Like, you literally tell people, you're like, read Department of Truth. It's brilliant. And they're like, no, instead I'm going to buy an issue of Batman and I'm going to yell and scream and complain that it's not my Batman.
Just to be clear, I recommended the King Conan book. That's probably the only Marvel book that I've read in the last 10 years. So I recommend, Image is doing a lot of good stuff. Aftershock's doing a lot of good stuff. I'm not super into the Marvel DC.
If Tom King is writing a DC book, it's good. Like, legitimately. Human Target. You would dig Human Target. Yeah. Because it reads like a Westlake. Okay. Like, Human Target is just Parker. Except a nicer Parker.
Those Vertigo.
Oh, they were really good. The Peter Milligan? Yeah, no, they were exceptional. But of course, nobody cares. Oh, wait. They're all out of print. Hey, you know what else is a really good book that Peter Milligan did? Shade the Changing Man. Oh, wait, it's out of print. You know what's another really good book that Peter Milligan wrote and Duncan Fegretto drew? Enigma. Oh, wait, it's out of print. So moving on. Warlock and the Infinity Watch number 34. There we go. 34. Moody Drax creates his own team with a few monsters from the island. Mole Man begs the Watch to get his monsters back, and his old rival Tyrannus returns. Now this is a good one, and now we are officially in the Infinity Watch is about to be canceled. And I give Arcudi a lot of credit for carrying that poison, dirty water, but it's okay because in terms of value, the print run the bottom came out from it. So from this point forward, these books have actual value. This is issue number 36 with the guest appearance of Doctor Strange when he was doing this weird Warren Ellis costume thing. And this is where Doctor Strange shows up and goes, give me the gems. I don't trust you. And Adam's like, but no, the Living Tribunal doesn't want us to keep the gems together with one person. And Doctor Strange is like, yo, man, I look like a 9 Inch Nails video, so give me the damn gems. I'm cool. You're not. Anyway, Strange arrives on Monster Island, steal the Infinity Gems. That's it. This issue takes place before Doctor Strange number 70, and it is not written by John Arcudi. Instead, Does anyone know who this writer and artist is? Written by Evan Skolnick and illustrated by Lee Sullivan. All right, Warlock and the Infinity Watch, number 37. This is a high-grade copy at $6. Oh, yeah, that Doctor Strange one, that was a high grade at 7. High grade at 6. The Watcher investigating the death of Firelord, which leads them to Pittsburgh. I don't know. Issue 38, high grade, $6. The Watch is still in the hunt for Firelord's life force, and they're still stuck in Pittsburgh.
They may play
I don't know. They're Yinzers. They're going to see a Steelers game. Issue 39, the resurrection of Firelord in Pittsburgh. I don't actually know if that's true or not. Number 41, the penultimate issue. Gamora leaves to join ForceWorks because that's a lateral move. Maxim recovers his memories and attempts to kill Warlock. Pip tries to warn everyone about the coming tidal waves that will destroy Monster Island, which is them tying into the Atlantis Rising storyline, because that was a storyline that needed promotion outside of the main book. And it's illustrated by a guy I've never heard of before, Mike Gustovich. And last but not least, the last book I am vainly going to try to sell on this show that has been an absolute failure for Mike, but a blast for the triumvirate hanging out. And that, Mike, you don't have to really pay us the last hour. Next up is the final issue of Warlock and the Infinity Watch, a very fine minus copy at $8. The watch is broken. The final issue and final appearance of the Infinity Watch. Maxim is sent back to his timeline. A tidal wave destroys Monster Island, and the Infinity Gems all seem to disappear, leading to the dissolution of the Infinity Watch. Don't worry, the disappearance of the gems has to do with a one-shot that was going on at this time called Roon and the Silver Surfer. I imagine a lot of you went, huh? Roon was an Ultraverse character. And this storyline that was occurring at this time, the Silver Surfer causes Roon and the Infinity Gems to be scattered throughout the Ultraverse, because Marvel had just purchased the Ultraverse and we're trying to figure out, how do we sell these characters that did not do well to the same group of 13-year-olds that didn't buy the Ultraverse books the first time, except for that idiot Brendan? Well, they decide that the Infinity Gems will now go to the Ultraverse. Certain Marvel characters will also randomly show up in the Ultraverse, like Juggernaut and then Phoenix. And suddenly all these, like, Hard Case gets the Power Gem, and Firearm gets the Time Gem, and I don't know, who are the other stupid Ultraverse characters? Roon gets the I got an ugly butt gem, whatever the case may be.
You want to offer your condolences to Trell.
Did they lose?
They did.
They did.
That was
There is God.
There is!
Sorry, Trell.
Oh my God, yes! Oh my God, my life just got so much better. Oh.
How bad was that game?
Oh my God, did they get destroyed?
2017.
Apparently, it was very controversial. We got
Because every Cowboys game is controversial. Losers, whiners.
If anybody sees anything they want to purchase, hit us up in the email during the week. It's no problem. Or the Instagram. Or Mike's show is tomorrow, 4 to 6 on the Comic Shopping Network. And fucking A, snowstorm.
Snowstorm! Go Niners!
Everybody be safe, stay warm. Hopefully
Don't
your
drive
friends don't
anywhere.
freeze.
Thanks, everybody. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Sorry we went long.